Welcome to HD4DP, the health data for data provider software that facilitates data collection for registries. In this introduction video, you'll get a quick overview of the main functionalities to help you to get started. If this video is too small, you can enlarge it by clicking on the X-shaped button at the bottom. Clicking on the same button again restores the video to its original size. We start off by explaining the basic navigation in the upper menu. After logging in, the first active page is the data collection page. Other important buttons in the upper menu are the Guides function, which provides an overlay with additional explanation about the active page, and the Help button with support and contact. Clicking on Support redirects you to the support site, where you can find articles that provide additional input on how to use HD4DP. You can use the search bar to find a specific article. Contact redirects you to a contact form, which allows you to ask a specific question to the help desk. Next to the Help function, you can find the Settings menu, where you can change your language and password. To go back to the data collection page, select Data Collection. The content of this page is defined by the registry selected from the drop-down menu in the upper left corner. For this introduction, we work with the Test Collection Registry. Next, we explain how to manually enter data and complete a registration in HD4DP. By clicking on the New Registration button in the upper right corner of the data collection page, a new registration form for the active data collection is opened. On the left-hand side, you see the registration form with its different sections that can be opened and closed. On the right-hand side, additional information can be displayed by clicking on either the Navigation, Validation, Comments or History tab. Filling out a registration is quite straightforward. Correct values are highlighted in green. Incorrect values are indicated in red. Clicking on the information symbols shows additional information about specific fields. You can add comments to each field in case you want to give additional information or ask specific questions to the registry responsible. The Comments tab in the right-hand menu contains an overview of all comments. The progress bar at the right side shows how many fields still contain validation errors. To get more information on these errors, click on the Validation tab. We notice that 4 required fields have not yet been filled out. A required field can be identified by the asterisk sign. Select the validation error to go directly to the corresponding field. The 4 fields are part of the patient identification data, and filling out a correct national registry number can lead to automatic enrichment of all other patient identification data. The national registry number is the default identifier for all registries supported by health data. When all validation errors are resolved, the Submit button becomes available. You can click this button to submit the registration towards the registry responsible. Be careful though, submitted registrations cannot be modified anymore unless the registry project manager has specific questions regarding your registration and sends the registration back for your review. For now, we will save the registration without submitting it. Let's go back to the overview page by clicking on Data Collection in the upper menu. Notice that the registration we just created is available in the overview table and has status in progress. To learn more about the registration statuses, you can click on the information symbol next to status in the orange table header. Registrations with status in progress are open registrations and have not yet been submitted to the registry project owner. When submitting the registration, the status is updated to Sending and changes to Submitted once the registration has been sent successfully. Next, the registry responsible reviews your registration and either approves it or rejects it. If the registration is approved, the status becomes Approved. If the registration is rejected, the status changes to Corrections Needed. A status Corrections Needed, as shown here, means that you have to reopen the registration by clicking on it. Then click Start Correcting and select the Comments tab in the right-hand panel to read the comments made by the registry responsible. Correct the relevant fields if needed, reply to the registry responsible by adding a comment, and resubmit the registration. In addition to the registration status, the Overview table contains a lot more information and functionality. You can create your own table views by adding and removing columns. Click on the X at the top right of a column to remove that column. Adding columns is done via the Settings icon at the right of the table. You can add data items, which are the fields of the registration form, or data quality items, such as the progress and the number of errors. Other options are the source of data, which gives more information on how the data was entered in HD4DP, and information about the time at which the registration was created and last modified. The column Confirmation tells you if submitted registrations actually arrived at the registry responsible. As soon as a registration is sent, the confirmation column will show Pending. It shows OK once the registration has arrived, and NOK if the registration did not arrive within 48 hours. To remove all the added columns, select Clear Added Columns. The number of registrations displayed per page can be modified at the top and bottom right, varying from 10 to 100 registrations per page. The overview can be further modified by using the filters to narrow down the number of registrations displayed, e.g. by filtering on registration status. Another option is to use the search bar. Do not forget to click Clear Filters when you want to display all registrations again. To save the view you have created, including the new columns you added, the filters you set, the number of results per page, and the search term you entered, click on Views and Save As, and give your view a name. Views can be updated and deleted. To return to the default set of columns, click Restore Default View. It is also possible to upload or download registrations from the Overview page using the CSV function. CSV stands for Comma Separated Value, which is a format that can be opened with any text editor. The CSV upload functionality allows you to reuse any information that is required in the registry and is already available in a structured way in your primary systems. A CSV extract can be created from your primary system and uploaded onto HD4DP to serve as a basis for the data collection. Any missing information can then be manually completed in HD4DP. In this example, 3 registrations are uploaded. They are fully correct as indicated by the green progress bar, and no manual corrections or additions are needed. To download a registration, select the registration that you want to download, select CSV and click on CSV Download Selected. To download all registrations, select CSV Download All. Finally, from the Overview page, you can also perform a number of actions, such as delete and submit multiple registrations at once. To submit multiple registrations at once, select a number of registrations, then click on Actions. Notice that the number next to Actions is the number of selected registrations that are not yet submitted. Choose Submit Registrations. A pop-up window appears, asking you to confirm whether you want to submit these registrations. After submission, it will no longer be possible to modify this data. Select Yes to submit. The application informs you how many registrations are submitted and how many failed to submit. Registrations still containing errors fail to submit. A quick tip to check if registrations have errors or not. Add the column Errors in Data Quality Items to your overview table. This was a brief introduction to the main functionalities of HD4DP. For further instructions and additional help, please visit the support page at support.healthdata.be.